What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new game called Prophecy, and coincidentally enough, it's by Prophecy Games. Now, this game studio is a spin-off, or a branch out, not a branch. What's the best way to describe this? It's not a subdivision. We'll call it a spin-off company of hi-rez. They're in no correlation to hi-rez other than the fact that these people came from the hi-rez studios games and all that, and the fact that they have licensed the Smite IP, so you're going to be able to see all the gods that you loved from Smite coming back into this game. Now, what is Prophecy? Why have I been playing it so much, and why do I encourage you to pick it up and give it a try? Well, we're going to be getting into that in this video and so much more. Now, it is going to be a little bit of a shorter video as I'm just explaining the basic mechanics in this video, and then later videos I'll be explaining my actual thoughts on the game, which gods and all that I see as the best, and general gameplay videos themselves will come later as well. But I wanted to make sure that everybody sort of understands what we're doing here and how to play and all that good stuff. So, before I go ahead and hop too deep into all this good stuff, I would like to remind everybody, if you enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like down below and a comment in the comment section if you have any suggestions on this video, future videos, or past videos. Furthermore, if you're new here, consider subscribing. It's free, it's a great way to support the channel, and if you click on that bell icon that pops out after you click subscribe, then you can actually get notifications whenever I go live, or whenever I post videos and do all that good stuff. If you're looking for me to play this game live and all that good stuff, hop over to twitch.tv/DrSpilkin. You can find my channel and toss a follow. Then you'll be able to see, the mornings that we are going live. And then last but not least, if you're looking for a Discord to join up with, there's a Discord link down in the description below. I do recommend everybody go click on the link, check it out, see if it's your cup of tea or not. Now, on into what this game actually is and how to play it, right? Now, this is another auto battler game, and I know what you're thinking. Oh no, it's going to be another game where I'm rolling 30 times in one match looking for one unit, and that's basically it. Because that's pretty much what TFT and auto chess kind of turned into, at least for me. I did play those games a decent little bit. I enjoyed both of them very, very much, but after playing, the two of them for about two and a half months, they sort of got burnt out in the fact that it just became looking for one item or looking for one specific trait every single game. Where this game differs is the traits aren't pre-assigned to each unit, right? The traits are their own separate equipment, if you will, right? Items can be bought from a shop rather than randomly picked up off of a ground, right? So you're not just having this chance of maybe getting what you want. Maybe your opponent just picks up what you want because they run their little penguin guy a little bit faster than you, right? So it feels a lot more competitive, I should say, a lot less RNG based and a lot more competitive based. Now, that's not to say that they're going for the competitive aspect, I'm just saying that's how it feels. Another interesting note about this game as compared to other auto battlers is the leader system, which I find very, very intriguing. So each game you will get your own select leader, which is basically a god of some sorts, right? There's Zeus, Thor, Odin, Poseidon, Hera, right? Whole lot of really good gods to choose from, and they basically all have these passive and active abilities that will help shape how you want to build your team out. So for example, Poseidon at the start of combat, if his units are near him, they gain 25 extra mana, which means they can cast their abilities quicker. To whereas someone like Loki gives extra crit chance, so you're going to want to go, with those assassins, with those high attack speed, high damaging kind of units, right? Another interesting implementation that they've chosen to make is the traits that you put on your units, and each unit can have up to 2 traits, will actually also be added to your leader. So your leader becomes this unit that's not only good at having a passive and active ability, but can also become this super tank or the super damage dealer, depending on how you build your team around it. Furthermore, your leader is not always going to be your most valuable unit and not always going to be the center of attention, which in TFT you would oftentimes see these similar build strats or these similar positioning. So far in this game, due to the fact that there's not really a single tile grid like in TFT or in auto chess, since this is a square gridded board, you have so much more room to work with and move your units around and have freedom as to like where you want to put them. So really been nice there. Now, moving us along, talking about leaders, leaders cannot have items and traits put on them, and that's why I say that traits affect them but it's kind of indirectly, because you can't just throw, you know, a tier 1 item that you see right off the bat on your leader and say GG, because it's not going to work. The items and the traits can only go on to your units, not onto your leader, so please keep that in mind. Now, back to the items, as I was talking about before. The interesting thing about items, 1, yes, you can buy them from the shop. 2, they can be upgraded. So some items you're going to be looking at and you're going to say, well, this item is worth investing into. And others you're going to say, well, this is worth having for the time being, and then I can always replace it later. This game really, really pushes your ability to test out the efficiency of things and sort of weigh your options correctly, right? So far from what I've seen in this game, I haven't had a single match where I lost and I felt like this loss was absolutely random. Like there's nothing I could have done to prevent this loss, right? Every loss I've had so far has felt like it's been my own fault. It's been my own units, my own traits, my own items, my own god that I chose, and that is what has ultimately led me to a defeat. Now, that being said, I feel like I've picked up a rather large amount of victories simply by trying to hedge my bets and picking up the best possible, you know, early units or late game items, whatever you want to label it as, right? Now that units, traits, items, gods, leaders, whatever you want to call them, have all been talked about, how does the gold work? Because this is something that I was actually curious about for a while and had to really get in there and try it out before I fully understood it. So gold works off of your leveling. So this is why you'll see in my strat video later, I say that leveling is so good, because the higher level, the more gold you get, the more gold you get, the more gold you can spend on your units and items and traits and yada yada yada. So leveling has its perks. Not only does it allow you to put more units in, it also gives you more gold. The interesting thing I found about this game is there is no econ. So you're actually encouraged to spend all of your gold within a round, but you're also capped at 10. You can get no more than 10 gold in a single round, so you have a limited resource with it, which makes it all the more important, right? It makes all of your decisions that much heavier to make. Now, I know this all sounds very, very crazy, and it looks very crazy, and it looks like there's a whole lot going on, but in all reality, once you get down to the brass tacks of it all, you go play the tutorial for yourself, I think you'll find that this game is actually very simple to pick up and very, very challenging to get exactly right. And that's kind of what makes it so fun, is like nobody's going to have it exactly right yet. The game's very new. It's just come out. It's still in actually pre-alpha right now, right? So if you're going to pick up the game, if you're going to get into it, if you're going to learn it, I do recommend now to be the time. And it's got this way of feeling very casual, because you don't constantly have the meta changing every single week like you do in TFT, right? But also feeling very competitive, since, like I said, you can hedge your bets. You can pick, you know, top 3 gods and try to always get those. You can try to always go for the same items if you want. But I feel like this game has a nice little roguelite element, and the fact that the traits are re-rolled every game. So there's a ton of traits in the actual game, but each match will have a set number, like I think it's around 10 per match, which is, you know, it's fair. It's fair, because there's also 10 of each trait within the match. They're like little tokens, basically. Anyways, the game is very fun. I highly, highly recommend you check it out for yourself. A lot of people have been streaming it here on Twitch a lot recently, myself included. So if you're interested in seeing how it works and seeing it in live action, I recommend either going over there and tossing a follow to the channel, because like I said, we've been trying to live stream it most mornings, or we will have a video going up here on the channel in the not too distant future. So stick around. Hope you all enjoyed this quick little explanation as to what the game actually is, and we'll be back later, either this week or next week, depending on, you know, when this video goes up, with, you know, a meta breakdown, a strategy guide, which gods are the best, which items are the best, which units are the best, all that good stuff that you'll actually want to know once you start playing the game, we'll get into in the very, very near future. So once again, thank you all for watching so much. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, I'll see you all either later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.